Today we're going to hike the Appalachian Trail from Ashby Hollow up to Rod Hollow Shelter. It's about 8 miles, about 2,000 vertical feet, out and back hike. This is Morgan's Mill Road. There's a parking area here. I'm here on a Thursday afternoon early, so only car here. Can get busy on the weekends, but all you do is hike back up the road a little bit, jump on the Appalachian Trail. It's about 400 feet from the parking area, and we're going to descend down through about 4 different stream crossings. This is a section called the roller coaster, well known for being quite taxing, especially when it's hot and if you're backpacking, but it should be nice today. It's only about 76 degrees and nice and cool this morning. Going up to the first stream crossing, and the only bridge of all the stream crossings is Rod Hollow, with the stream probably running a little bit higher. We had a lot of rain last night, but bridge is always appreciated. And this little stream usually runs all year round. It's rarely dry, so it's a good water source. And you can see on the other side of the bridge here, we have a small camping area, not quite flat, but good for about 3 or 4 tents. So if you get here late, you can just come down to the hollow, throw up a tent if you're going to make a weekend out of it. We'll continue to follow the Appalachian Trail up here to the right, and now it's going to start climbing the first of, I think, about 3 or 4 fairly steep grades. Alright, we're still climbing up the first ridge. Go over the high point, but I wanted to point one thing out just to keep this in mind. And you can see it right here. This section of the trail is thick with poison ivy. And you can see that it encroaches on the trail quite a bit. So if you're wearing shorts like I am, be extra careful. Leaves are beginning to fall off. This is beginning of September, but even after the leaves die, those ivy stands can still put the oils on your skin and cause a nasty rash. So one thing to keep in mind. We're almost at the top of the first little ridge, and we're cresting the first of 4 of these climbs on the roller coaster. And that one wasn't too bad. There's a couple down here. I think it's the next one that on the way back at least is probably the hardest one of the 4, but immediately we'll start descending and then cross another small stream, this time without a bridge, down in the bottom of this next hollow. Alright, that was a steep descent. Actually, that's gonna be the hardest descent on the way back. The hardest ascent on the way back. But here we're crossing the second stream. No bridge, not necessary, but a wide bunch of rocks. And we're just going to jump across the stream here. And then the Appalachian Trail over on the other side kind of jogs off to the left and follows a small dirt road, probably used for fire access. So here we'll hang a left, and we go up here about 75 yards or so, and then the Appalachian Trail will turn uphill again. And we're on the ridge line after really the 3rd climb here. Now the 4th climb really is just kind of a bump on the way down to the Rod Hollow area and Rod Hollow Shelter. So it's really just 3 main climbs that you got to do on this hike. It kind of meanders along the top of the ridge here, and we'll start descending, gradually descend, and get to the end of the roller coaster, and there'll be final descent down into Rod Hollow, and just as we enter the hollow, over here on the left hand side, you got a little sign. It's been put up by the Potomac Appalachian Trail crew, trail bussiness crew, telling you that you're about to go through the roller coaster. I mean, I don't really think it's too bad. You got a nice day, but you got to pack on. It's a warm day. This can be brutal. So we're going to continue on here, and it gets wet because it's fairly flat. And what they've done is put down these boards. So you know, if you don't have waterproof shoes on, this is kind of a nice ad. And this goes for probably about 150 yards. It goes off to the left here, so the Appalachian Trail goes off to the left. But what you got on the right is the Fisher Hill Loop Trail. And what's really cool about this, and not many people know about it, if you want to make a backpacking weekend out of this, turn right on the Fisher Hill Loop Trail, which is blue blazed, and just about 100 yards down here. And bear with me a second. We'll get down right before you get to the stream, and you can tell that the trail is barely used. People use this trail mainly if they're coming from the south, from Ashby Gap, doing a day hike, where they'll do the Fisher Hill Loop Trail and then go back up the AT. The Fisher Hill Loop Trail actually reconnects with the AT on the other side of the Rod Hollow shelter. But what is really neat is this stream. If you go off to the right here, there's a nice camping area. Doesn't look like it at the moment. It's a little bit better in the springtime, but there are several places on the other side of the creek there where you can camp and avoid all the crowds at the hollow, at the Rod Hollow shelter. You know, if it's busier there. So we'll head back now, rejoin the AT, turn right, and go the remaining about a quarter of a mile or so up to the Rod Hollow shelter, which is our turnaround point. All right, we are at the Rod Hollow shelter. This is the turnoff here. We are coming up on the shelter, just across the small stream. I also have a picnic area. There's a privy. And in the springtime, there's a couple of tent pads as well. You can see one tent pad there, and there's another one right beside it. And then there's also some camping back to the right side of the shelter. Kind of the privy's over there as well, but you need another spot. And then there are bluebells here during the springtime, which is really nice. So that was the whole hike. Well, no, half the hike. So you got to turn around and go back. So you got half of the altitude still to do. But it's a great hike. Like I said, about 8 miles, 2,000 vertical feet. And take you about 4 hours, with some breaks and lunch. So hope you enjoy it.